society so badly needs?
I think they are doing that. I believe they are doing that. We have CSR. There's Omotola Jalade Kehinde, who has practically spent most of her career doing a lot of corporate social responsibility, educating people, helping people, not just widows that we see on TV, okay? Having symposiums, seminars. I know it's easy to say, okay, a Wizkid, all he talks about or all he sings about is making money and all that. But he has a right to make money, doesn't he?
No,
he has a right to be successful,
obviously.
right?
Obviously.
And he also has a right to pass a message, which he is passing a message that you can be successful.
The question will be, what's the message?
The message is success. The message is if I can make it, everybody can make it.
How? I mean, what kind of make it? In what way?
Make it by doing the right thing. Make it by being creative. Make it by using what you have to be successful.
Are you aware
Yeah.
about the contents of some of the lyrics of these songs?
Have you aware those contents have existed throughout the time? Are you aware that it is not up till now, or it wasn't up to a particular point in time that content, the kind of content you are trying to tell me, just came out of nowhere? Fela sang about women's backside now, didn't he? Mm-hmm. People sang about sleeping with women now. Mm-hmm. Look at the lifestyles of people from the 80s and the 90s. No, I'm trying to say, it's the yin and yang. It's the yin and yang. Let me pass my message.
Remember him for?
No, it's the yin and yang. I can remember, if I play his music, I'm going to remember him for, he said the right things. He said the government should change.
Exactly.
And he also said, if you see that woman's backside, you go shake your head.
No.
Yes.
What's the brand?
There's a yin and yang of life.
Okay.
And if you're going to pass a message across, you pass it with your yin and yang. So for every good side, or for every freedom fighting side Fela had, there was also that side where he talked about a woman's backside. Okay. You understand what I mean? So you can't just pick out a Davido or pick out a Wizkid and ask what message are they passing across. Davido is in school. He's told people to go to school. He's advised people. But how many interviews have you watched? How many interviews of Davido or a Wizkid or a Banky W or a Sound Sultan or a Don Jazzy or even a D'banj have you watched, apart from the music videos which the TV pushes to your side, pushes in front of your face? I think the question the question you should ask yourself is, how much do I know of these people?
The thing is this. It's not my duty to go seeking. They are in my face.
Yes.
Okay? Now what message am I seeing? What are my kids seeing, for instance? Okay? Look at television. I mean, it's not just, we're talking music. Even the drama you see on television. You know, sometimes even what they cut out as their promos or teasers, you know, the aspects they bring out there, you listen to them. There's some I listen to, I can't even begin to repeat them here, and I wish I could just stuff cotton wool in the ears of my kids.
What inspired this?
My
question is, what inspired this? Before the boom of entertainment around 2002, before the boom of entertainment, the average Nigerian was more concerned in what was going on in foreign media, right or not? Before a D'banj was able to come and break yield and release groundbreaking records, what were we listening to in the clubs? When we went to club, did you ever club? What were we listening to? International music, foreign media. We've been choked with all this already. Mm-hmm. Okay? We've been choked with all this already. So I find it funny when everybody wants to now start complaining about Nigerian musicians. I find it funny when everybody wants to say Tiwa Savage is showing too much of her body when Rihanna and Beyonce has been doing it for all these years and no one complains.
Is that who we are?
That's not what I'm saying. But who are we? At the end of the day, we are human beings now.
So
we're human beings.
Is that who we are?
I'm not saying we should copy. I'm saying if someone wants to pass her message across, you can't tell the person not to.
We don't have a problem.
Because you have choice. Okay, you have choice. You have choice to switch the station. You have choice not to follow that person on Instagram or on Twitter. You have choice to shut that person out. I have the choice to shut people out that I want to shut out.
I have a choice.
Yes.
I agree completely. What about my highly impressionable kids?
Well, it's up to the parents.
You're not always there.
It's up to the parents.
No. I tell you what, in school, the parents are not there.
Yeah.
Their peers are talking to them. You will do your best, of course.
Yeah.
Okay? You do your best. How many parents even know what their kids are watching?
Let me ask you a question.
What their kids are listening to?
Let me ask you a question.
And what their peers are sharing with
Drugs
them.
have always been on the streets of Lagos, right? How do you stop your kids' friends, your kids' peers from introducing them to drugs? Who are you going to hold responsible there? You understand what my point is? There's good and bad out there. Right?
See,
you have, and even the bad we're even talking about, I would defend disposable music. I call it disposable music. I was saying something the other time. For every Terry G song, you want to say, what is this guy saying? That guy in Ajigunle will tell you, I don't understand Mozart or Beethoven. He believes that is the music. He believes that's the best thing, the next best thing after sliced bread. So, who are you to argue, to tell him Terry G's music is nonsense? When he actually understands, do you listen to Terry G's music? And now that's the most disposable music we should even try and characterize, right?
Now here's the point. What these musicians are doing, we're talking music now, and it can be applied to a movie as well, is first, like I said in the opening, commendable. These are young people using their talents, and they're doing quite a lot, quite frankly. And you made a great point, that they have been able to do something where, I mean, they've been able to, on their own, do things even where government has failed them. Now, here's the point. The point is simply this. You have a pen, for instance. You can use it for good. You can use it for evil.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a very powerful little piece of instrument. Okay? Now, if you're a powerful writer, which means you're persuasive with your pen, for instance, you have a choice. You can use it for good, you can use it for evil. Now, the point I'm trying to make is simply this. If you're so gifted, you have this powerful thing. And we're saying, remember the point of this debate or this argument is that the entertainment industry, whether it has contributed positively, to whether a nation, or maybe you can help us with the topic again, Now, that's the point we're making. I'm not arguing any of the points you're making. The point I'm making is how much impact positively has this made on society, which was where I started with the issue of taxes, for instance. These kids make so much money, but the sense of responsibility does not go along with it. The ordinary folk out there is not making so much money. He's taxed every day. He pays his tax because he works in government, or he works in a company where he doesn't have a choice, but he has to pay his taxes. Okay? He makes his contribution. It is out of the tax he pays that society is developed and people earn more money with which they used to buy the music for which he does not pay taxes.
Now, let me jump in there. Let me jump in there. Who's buying which music? The music is out there for free. And those are the major problems artists are facing. So let's go back to your pen. I have a pen. If I do A, which is good, right, I can impact the whole society, but not make money. Because the kind of music I'm making is not what people will really want to listen to. And I can't even make sales of it because I don't sell music.
Do people pay for shows or not?
People do pay for shows.
Good. So why are you saying they're not paying for the music?
But your record labels are suffering.
That's not the point I'm making.
No, it is.
Well, they're earning money. They're earning money.
They're not earning money.
If an artist,
no. You've gotten it wrong. Let me explain to you.
I talked about earning money.
Earning money. Who's earning money?
I didn't qualify.
Now the label says you sign someone to a label.
I'm not talking.
No, let me explain why I'm raising this argument. Okay. A record label signs an artist, puts an artist under his label, right? And says, okay, you know what, we're going to invest in you and we want you to make sales. The record label only makes money off the sales. And the shows goes to the artist. You understand what I mean? So if the artist doesn't make the kind of music he wants, he should make for people to listen, he's not even going to have sales. He's not going to have sales. But if he goes to get all his shows, the label doesn't have any money off that. So record labels are dying. So the label is hence why the label will pressure an artist to say, I don't want this kind of music. This is not the kind of music I want. This is the kind of music I want, so we can actually make sales of your records.
Okay. So how is that helping society?
How is that helping the artist?
No.
And the label?
No, which is more important. That's the debate here is about the society, not the artist.
We'll be back shortly. We just need to go on this quick break. You see, we've been talking about, so far we've talked about ethics, a little bit about the economy, but how much of impact is it having on morals, jobs, intellectualism, and back to economy and ethics. All of this we're going to look at. Paul Edemo says, our artist lyrics and videos promote social ills of drugs, nudity, commercial sex, extravagance,